Hey, I wanted to do a full breakdown on my 2006 Limited WRX that I've fully converted to an STI with fully built engine, trans, rear end, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of the way I went about my build. There's a lot of misconceptions online with like building STIs and the price and the power, the reliability. I just want to talk about all that. All right, I figured I would start with the engine and turbo kit, what I did, what we didn't do. So for the turbo, we're running a 5858 from Precision, and you might not be able to see it, but there is a rotated turbo pedestal there that it mounts up to a stock location up pipe for the regular turbo that sits like right there on the WRX. And that mounts it exactly like mine is without having to make the custom up pipe or buy like the ETS kit. And all that leaves you with for the rotated turbo kit is you need an exhaust, you need a driver's side fed charge pipe, and you need to go speed density. So I have my IAT there, map sensor there, and I can kind of show you how I did my wiring here. So this is the wiring for the stock map sensor. MAF sensor. And since you're gonna be replacing the turbo inlet that comes right here, this is going to be just a flat, or you can even fucking run it open, but you gotta steal the IAT wires from this, run them to this. That's gonna make you be able to run like a non-recirculating blow-off valve like I have here, which is like a tile 50. But yeah, that makes it's a lot easier to tune, sounds a lot better, it's a lot easier to work. As for like the short block and the accessories, I'm running I have a stock EJ257 case halves, running the STI nitride crank, and then I'm running the Manley pistons and Manley rods. And then I file fit all my rings and did all my bearing clearances to where they were just tight enough to give me good oil pressure. And I ran all my bearing clearances like in the 12s. So that's kind of what you want to look for. There's a whole video on that we actually posted if you want to go in depth on that, but that'd take me an hour to talk about. And then for my heads, I'm running the B25s that came off the 2006 and 2007 STI. They're pretty rare. You could go with D25s and you get the same result. But out the box, no work done to them. B25s are a little better than the D25s. What I've did to these is I ported and polished the intake and exhaust runners, and then I did GSC valves, and I left the stock STI cams and the stock STI retainers in it. And then the intake, this is a earlier EJ253 intake manifold. It's the big plenum short runner. So I have it mounted to stock TGVs, which I deleted. I cut the motors out, ported the intake to the TGVs and ported the TGVs to the heads where the intake valves suck in. So these welded shut, these are completely open. Tuner tunes them out, there's no codes for it. Yeah, I saw a little bit of top end gains with this manifold, but the main reason I did it is just it really opens up the engine bay and makes it a lot easier to work on. It kicks back this charge pipe like another 2 inches, so you're gonna need to plan for modifying your intercooler piping if you want to run that. One big thing I really wanted to add is I did not build this car for E85 in the slightest. This is a straight pump gas car, so I'm only running 93 on this, as where I'm located the nearest E85 pump is like maybe 2 hours away. So if you're running 93, I don't see a single point in upgrading your fuel rails or doing fuel lines. So the whole fuel system for this car consists of ID 1000s, which are just cheap. They were like 400 bucks. I never have to worry about leaning out. I have a eBay fuel pressure regulator. I would have put an Aeromotive on this thing, but it came with this on the car. Already made power with it. I trusted it. No problems with it so far. And then I have a AEM 340 pump. The reason I say this is only a pump gas car is because with all this fueling, which it may not seem like a lot, it's perfect for what the car needs to do, because this is already basically maxed out for what pump gas can do. So without going E85, anything else I would do would just be overkill. Like I see a lot of people talking like radium hangers and stuff like that. If you don't have E85, don't waste time to talk exhausts. So you guys saw what I was doing with the rotated turbo pedestal down there. So that's like 150 bucks. It is a complete lifesaver. Then I have a Tomei, Catless 3-bolt up pipe, solid, no flex in it, because it supports the rigidity of the turbo a little bit. Like that doesn't move one fucking bit. Then on top of that, I'm running I have Tomei equal length headers. So what I'm gonna say about any equal length Subaru header, they're all fucking, any header you get for a Subaru is gonna be trash. You gotta weld, there's slip joints on them you gotta weld to reinforce, because on many occasions they just literally, the manifolds crack, they blow open. My brother's actually completely cracked off a runner in the on the dyno. I'll add a picture or a video of it if I can. But yeah, so choose a good manifold. You're gonna have to support it in some way. Maybe do some modifications to it. Maybe do some welding. If you're running like 300 horsepower, you're not gonna crack a manifold. But if you're upwards of 500, it's very likely. So watch out for that. And then for my, I had a full downpipe on this car. This car's always been catless. This is a custom teardrop exit I made. Both of them exit out the hood screen. So this is a tile 38 mil that's running up, bunch of fucking pie cuts. And then this is a pie cutted abortion I built. This is probably like 14 pie cuts on top of a V-band. And I put the O2 sensor right after. I tried to put it as close to the turbine without being onto the 90, but yeah, it rips, it's loud, does what I want, makes crazy bangs, makes crazy flames, makes like 440 horsepower. I had a little alternator issue on the dyno, but made 405 with no fuel pressure, so turned that way back up, and the car's feeling great, drives like I want to. So if you already have a pre-existing driver's side fed charge pipe for your car, like this one, where it comes in from the driver's side of the car, it makes it infinitely easier to do the rotated turbo kit, because all you have to do is modify this singular pipe here. See how I have this pipe ran? This goes down, comes over, goes into my fender, comes down, into my cheap Mishimoto core, comes up, around, up, into the intake. If you have the reverse style of this, you have to completely modify your kit, change these two pipes over, because you're gonna need this pipe coming over here. You got no room over here, and people will try to say that something like this would cost like $10,000-$15,000, but it's just not true. If you can do things yourself, you do the labor, and you understand what you're doing, I mean, you can do so much of this yourself. Like, this whole kit is DIY. I mean, there's really nothing to it. Like, glue the metal. I mean, I saved a ton of money by doing this all myself. I think the engine turbo kit maybe ran me completely like $6,000 max overall to get it in the car, running, boosting, all of it. And here's the proof, it does run. Sounds mean as shit. I wanted to show you guys a little bit what I did to make this thing actually drive and handle like I really wanted it to, like a true car, driver's car. So what I did was, I have the ISC V1 coilovers, and these are white line ball joints. I have the OEM front end links up on this, ignore my power steering rack, I just shit the bed and I just noticed like 20 minutes ago. This is a white line sway bar with the bushings. These are just some cheap outer tie rod ends. They're new. As long as they don't got play in them, they'll feel great. But aluminum STI control arms. These are big. If you can get these, they're like 200 bucks. They'll make your car handle like 10 times better. Wheels and brakes. I'm running RPF ones. These are I'm trying to think of the specs. These are 17 by 8 with a 45 offset, and I'm running a 235 45 and the Federal 595s. Pretty good tire. They suck in the rain, but. And then I'm running these are EBC rotors. Fully rebuilt these. They're the 4 pots from a 05 STI, just the OEM brakes. This is the anti-lift kit from Whiteline. They sell it for, I believe, the 2002 to 2007, and then the 2008 to 2014 WRX and STIs. This gives you increased static caster, so it increases your cornering grip and like the whole front geometry of the car by lowering the front U brace of the chassis. Kind of see what I'm talking about there. Brings it like maybe a whole inch lower. So I honestly really like it. I don't think I would enjoy driving this car as much without it. And I wanted to talk a little bit about transmissions. So this is a 2005 3.9 final drive STI transmission with the male axles. They sell the ones with, I think, the earlier 04s and late 04s, and then early 05s had axle stubs to where you actually take a female axle and there's like little stubs coming out of the transmission. But I chose this transmission because it helps you a lot down low, makes the car feel a lot torqueier in the low end. I think the math or something is like, so the STIs from 08 onwards had the, well, I should say from 06 onwards had the 3.54 final drive, whereas this one has the 3.9. So I think the math for that is it pulls, I think, 9% harder in each gear in the low end. It just trades it off for, you have shorter gears, and that's about it. But so you're not going to rev out as high, or, well, you're not going to rev out as long, I should say. You'll still rev out as high. It's just you're going to get there a lot faster. And then I have a Cusco trans mount, and then I just ordered I wanted to try it. It's the Dark Matter shift arm. This one right here. It eliminates the U-joint right there, and it connects purely to the shift fork and should eliminate any side-to-side and like left-to-right play in the shifter, which should be nice. So I'll let you guys know how I like that. These are the Whiteline sway bar end links. These I had cart boys in the front. I actually took them off because I figured out that with the aftermarket end links in the front, it was a little too rigid for the chassis and it caused a lot of understeer and hard cornering. So I went back to the OEM style and I figured out it just feels a lot smoother and just whips around a lot harder. Then I have a Whiteline sway bar and bushings in the rear. Don't mind the rust. This is a New York car. Don't hate on me. And then these are all, so for my end links, I'm actually swapping these out. These are STI types 7, I believe, the V7 from like a STI bug eye. So the only thing different from them than the original is their tearaway bushings, so they have less chance of bending your chassis if you actually smack a fucking curb really hard or something. But again, I'm switching these out today. That's actually what's bringing me on the lift. I got these Godspeed control arms. Adjustable. They should help out my alignment in the rear. I just want to go a little bit more aggressive, so anything where that helps, I mean, I'm gonna fucking do it, and it's gonna be nice, so we'll see. Moving on to the exterior of the car, I have 04 STI tails. I think these are my favorite, honestly. A lot of people run clears. I think they're ugly. This is a Saban, I don't know how the fuck to say it, carbon fiber duck bill. I guess that's like, this thing stands your car out 24/7, like, get that shit. I want to show you guys this because I don't think this gets enough appreciation. This is a KS style hood vent. Sits flush, deletes it. Lets you see your engine bay. It's gorgeous, dude. I love it. Onto the interior. I wanted to show you guys this because I haven't seen this really done before. This is all like Home Depot shit. Okay, so these are chassis braces that you adjust them, stiffen them up. I don't really have them super tight right now because I haven't adjusted them in a couple weeks, but they cross your strut towers and bring it to your chassis, and it just rigids up the whole rear end. And then if you want to double down, I have this is a rear, this is a C-pillar strut support. I also just think it looks great. Like, you can, I don't know if you can see it, but probably not with the tint right now. I have Bride GS Low Maxes in it, buckets, kind of clap, don't hate. 8-pillar gauges. I have oil pressure, oil temperature, and then this is one I don't see get ran a lot, honestly. This is a SGC1 solenoid, so this actually has your wideband. This runs on an external map sensor and an external O2 sensor. So this has vacuum boost, peak boost, wastegate duty, and then on top of that, it also does your air-fuel ratio, and it's very accurate. Then you hit peak boost, really accurate, easy to get videos of too. Here's a little shot of my interior. I did all the black headliner, black pillars, STI door cards, NRG wheel, stock seat belts. I didn't really want to do harnesses. I think if they're black, they look fine as long as you don't have the tan interior. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm sure there's things I left out. I've been building this car for like 3 years. I mean, I'm probably in it less than 20 grand because I've taken my time. I've built it smart. The big thing is you want a good tuner. You want to stay consistent with that good tuner. You want good work done. I mean, these cars are great if you treat them great. That's the big thing. You can't just go out and beat the shit on these every day and expect nothing. You got to do your maintenance. You got to look after them. Treat them like a baby.